Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to speak about stress, and particularly, do I need to get rid of my stress? Because a lot of people feel like I've got a lot of stress in my life, I'll never get better. So I'll jump into the topic in a minute. As we normally do, take a couple of breaths. It's been a long day, was up visiting mom. Everything's good. Just a nice visit. So, breathe in with me. As you exhale, let the tension leave your body. Breathe in something positive. Exhale out all the negative crap. All right. Keep on going with that. So, do I need to eliminate all my stress in order to get better? And the straight up answer is no. And the straight up answer is no, because it's impossible. Life is stressful. If we eliminate stress completely, we're going to just be laying in bed all day, every day for years. And even that is stressful. Why? Because the inner workings of our thinking process. There's lots of people in bed rest and bedbound. They're still not better. So that's clearly not the answer. I think there's two kinds of stress. External stress, jobs, society, what's going on in the globe, neighbors, family members, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of the external stuff. But I think there's also internal stress, which is stress that we kind of create. Not all of it intentionally. None of it's really intentionally created. But oftentimes we're unaware of how much stress we're actually creating by our own thinking, by our own thoughts, by our own worries, by our own fears. So, in general, the external stress, we can't help it at all. We have a life. Some of us have kids, some of us don't. Some of us have partners, some of us don't. But being an adult is inherently stressful. We have responsibilities, finances, families to take care of oftentimes. Just trying to figure out who the heck am I and what do I want to be when I grow up. There's a lot of stress and, anger in being an adult. And being a parent is the adult portion times, 5. Just because of the, just the responsibilities. So, do we have to get rid of the stress? No. External stress, there's absolutely nothing you can do. Internal stress, which is based on our own thinking, our own fears, our own worries, it would be nice if you could lower it at least, right? So a lot of what I talk about and teach is that safety is the solution. It absolutely is. Safety is a solution because danger is the problem, perceived danger. And so internal stress is our thinking. Well, how do we potentially not cause as much stress with our own thinking? Well, first and foremost, the most straightforward path for me is don't take your own thinking so seriously. You don't have to linger on the bad stuff, right? You don't have to ruminate on the bad stuff. You don't have to take your thoughts so seriously. You don't have to believe the thoughts. And when you kind of take it's just a thought, don't have to do anything with it attitude, the thoughts lose some power over you. And that can absolutely decrease your stress level internally because you're not buying into and taking your thoughts seriously. I talk a lot about mindset, the mindset of indifference. Well, if you can take on that attitude of indifference towards your symptoms, a lot less internal stress is going to be created. Now, what do we actually do with stress? That covers part of it, but if you've got a lot of external stress, things you can't really control, whether it be work, finances, family, kids, you name it, we can always counterbalance that external stress and even the internal stress with more self-care, soothing, time for ourselves to do things for us with no expected outcome other than I'm just enjoying myself. I spend a decent amount of time in the warmer weather fishing. I would call that self-soothing. Not much more peaceful than floating around on a kayak, fishing in the beautiful nature, sunshine, water, looking at birds, animals, all that kind of stuff. It's very soothing for me. Now, you may or may not approve of the fishing stuff. It's catch and release. Try to do everything as harm-free as possible. But setting aside the fishing part, getting out in nature is a wonderful thing for me. That's my soothing. It's awesome. And I do that to counterbalance the stress that I have in life. In this job, it can be fairly stressful working with people who are in a really challenging place. So self-care, self-soothing, taking care of yourself, because so many of us TMSers, we're always putting other people's needs first, always. And so wouldn't it really be nice, in some cases, not to be a jerk about it, but to put ourselves first and actually do something nice for ourselves simply because we need that time. I've used the phrase, I'm a pretty sociable person, but I also like my Dan time, right? I like my Dan time alone in my apartment. I've got things I like to do, whether it be reading, whether it be a little bit of fitness, doing that more recently, playing music, right? I like my Dan time. And whatever your name is, find some of your time for you. No outcome, no requirements. Just do something nice for yourself. All right? And that will help off-balance the stress that you're feeling. But we also want to be very, very direct with our language in saying, yeah, I'm stressed out, but my body doesn't need to hurt because of it. Hey, brain, shh. You can calm down with these symptoms because there's nothing wrong with my body. And oh, by the way, it's just normal life stress. It's not dangerous, right? You see how the ability to reassure yourself, even about stress, can absolutely help send the right message to the brain? So I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. If you believe that your life situation is too stressful to recover, I hope you find that this opens the door for you into the potential that it's really not true, right? I had a stressful life. At the time I got better, my marriage was not doing great, falling apart. We didn't split yet. We did eventually. But I was in a really chaotic situation. Lots of stress, money problems, raising a kid who was a teenager at the time. I still got better. So you can get better even if you have stress, because frankly, who doesn't have stress? We all do. And many people are getting better despite the stress. So please don't put up a barrier that says, my life's too stressful, I won't be able to get better. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. Teach your brain that you're safe, that this stress, whatever it is, external or internal with your own thinking, teach your brain with consistent messages of safety that I don't need to hurt. There's no reason for me to hurt. Consistently. So that's what I got for you tonight. Love you guys and gals, and we'll see you tomorrow.